We're live from the mile-high city of Denver, Colorado, where the weatherman is warning local residents to brace themselves for a huge snowstorm. But tonight, the big storm on everyone's mind is taking place indoors at the McNichols Sports Arena, the site of tonight's landmark martial arts event. 8 of the deadliest fighters in the world will meet in a no-holds-barred combat to determine who is the ultimate fighting champion. Be forewarned, there are no rules, no judges' scores, and no time limits. Testing themselves in bare-knuckle combat this evening, you'll witness Royce Gracie, Brazilian and world light heavyweight jiu-jitsu champion. Patrick Smith, 1993 Savaki Challenge heavyweight champion in Taekwondo. Art Jimerson, IBF North American Cruiser Boxing Champion. Gerard Gordeau, World Heavyweight Savate Champion. Zane Frazier, the WKF Super Heavyweight Kempo Champion. Ken Shamrock, the #1 ranked shoot fighter in Japan. Teilu Tuli, 3 years pro sumo champion of the Japanese professional circuit. And Kevin Rozier, WKA and ISKA super heavyweight kickboxing champion. 8 street tough warriors wage combat in a battle where anything can happen and probably will.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You are about to see something that you have never seen before, the Ultimate Fighting Challenge. Hello, I'm Bill Wallace, and welcome to McNichols Arena, at McNichols Arena in fabulous Denver, Colorado. Along with me is Jim Brown. I'd like to introduce you to what is called the Ultimate Fighting Challenge, to where they're having different fights, different types of disciplines: karate, judo, jiu-jitsu, savate, kickboxing, sumo wrestling, to where they have no holds barred, anything goes. Jim Brown, what do you think?
Bill, I've been around the toughest fighters in the world: Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, Mike Tyson. I've been around the greatest NFL players, the tough guys, Dick Butkus, Sam Huff, all of those guys. But I'll tell you, they could not last in this ring.
Would you do it?
Would I do it? You mean when I was in my prime?
No.
You doggone right I wouldn't do it.
Oh, come on.
Not a chance.
Oh, it's not that hard. Just remember, all you have to do is climb over the ropes.
These guys are experts in what they do. They've trained for years. They're champions. They know things that nobody knows.
Oh. Along with me also, oh, now come on. Along with me also now is Kathy Long, 5-time world kickboxing champion. Kathy, what would be your strategy in here?
I tell you, I would rely on speed, my speed.
You're not very big now.
No, that's true. I mean, if I were to do this and if I were a guy much bigger, I think the best thing to do is go for something as quick as you can.
How would you fight him, though? How would you fight him? Would you try to get inside? Would you stay away? Would you try to use the ropes or the chain link fence? Or would you just try to keep away and make the other person tired? Remember, we're a mile high up in the air.
We are, but if I were fighting, I'm very used to being in good condition, so it doesn't matter to me. But on the other hand, it would depend greatly on who I was fighting first.
Well, there's going to be a lot of grappling in the match. And also, I'd like to introduce you to Rod Machado. Tell us a little about the grappling that will happen.
You bet, Bill. Bill, you didn't ask me what my strategy would be for the fight, but if I may share that with you, it would be to get out of the ring as quick as I possibly could. Bill, the grappling is a very, very interesting art, and I think what you're going to see tonight is quite a few of these fights go to the ground. Tonight promises to be a most interesting evening, and despite the fact that we start standing up, don't be surprised to see these people going to the ground, and I would say that the person that commands the fight is probably going to be the person who is skilled in grappling, and you're probably going to see jiu-jitsu, in my estimation, at its best, and expect to see a lot of patience and strategy on the part of Royce Gracie, and I think you're going to find it to be very, very interesting. Bill?
Well, as you notice, the ring is a little bit different than a normal boxing ring. It's more like a pit. In the ring now is Brian Kilmore. Brian, what do you think about it?
Well, I'll tell you what, Bill. You talk about an original event. If you want to know reasons, if you want to know why it's such an original event, look no further than this ring. It's not a ring at all. It's an octagon, 8 sides, got a fence here, a little bit of give, no rings. You got some padding, and you got a mat. And you want to get a shot of this mat. It's kind of soft. The boxers are talking about it could be a little bit of a slow service. This is what I'm talking about. It's got a little bit of give. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. Only 2 ways out, and not until this thing is over. Tell you what, Bill, take it away. This ring is something else. I'm going to get out of here before it starts.
Well, let's look at the chart and see exactly who's fighting and the systems they'll be fighting with. The first fight will be Gerard Gordeau against Teilu Tuli. Now we have a sumo wrestler against a savate player. The thing about Gerard is he also knows Muay Thai, which is a lot of very dangerous leg kicks. Tyler is 410 pounds. The second fight is Kevin Rozier against Zane Frazier. These two guys are both very, very experienced kickboxers. The third fight will be Royce Gracie, who is a jiu-jitsu expert, world champion, against Art Jimerson, who is a boxing person, ranked 10th in the world, IBF. The fourth fight will be Ken Shamrock, who is a shoot fighting, also does some wrestling, also does some taekwondo movements, against Patrick Smith, taekwondo practitioner, winner of the Sabaki Challenge here this last year, also Robotai. The first match will be Gerard Gordeau against Teilu Tuli. The fighters are entering the ring now.
That's an interesting robe he's wearing there.
It's much like a Samoan type of a gown.
Yeah, he looks pretty calm, pretty relaxed.
He looks like he's ready to go to me.
Yes, indeed. He looks psyched.
He's a very agile individual, too. I know him from Los Angeles.
Yeah.
One of the Bouillard brothers.
There's a line, we know what happens in Los Angeles.
Oh, yes.
A lot of things can be going on in your mind when you're walking up to the ring there.
Well, that's a long walk. You have to realize that's about 75 feet, and like I said, there's only two ways in and out of that place.
Yes, indeed.
Or over them. The sumo discipline is very formal because it's a very national sport of Japan.
Yeah, I understand that.
And right now we're going to hear what Teilu has to say about his particular aspect.
My name is Teilu Tuli from Laie, Hawaii. I'm a professional sumo wrestler. The strongest part of my body is my heart, and I know I can win this fight.
Now entering the ring will be Gerard Gordeau from the Netherlands, who's a Savate champion. Gerard is very strong with his legs, very strong kicker. Uses a lot of kickboxing techniques, very strong.
Well, he certainly looks pretty mean.
Looks like he's ready.
Yes, indeed.
Now, if you notice, most people will take their tops off, will be topless simply because they don't want their opponents to grab anything. There's nothing there to grab. There's no upper hand type movement. We spoke to Gerard earlier about his strategy. I'd like you to understand exactly what he thinks.
Hello, I'm Gerard Gordeau. I'm a fighter of Holland and my discipline is Savate. It's a French boxing, same like kickboxing, only without knees. I hope that I win the tournament and I don't make mistakes.
Now to our ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the contestants for the first match of tonight's Ultimate Fighting Championship. Fighting out of the red corner from the Netherlands at 6'5½", 216 pounds, the 1992 world champion French Savate boxer, holder of the European French Savate boxing champion title for 3 years in a row, the Dutch karate champion for 8 consecutive years with a record of 27-4, Gerard Gordeau. And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, Honolulu, Hawaii, floats higher in the Pacific tonight, free from the weight of our next challenger, standing 6'2", and tipping the scales at an incredible 420 pounds. This 3-year veteran of the Makushita class of the Japanese Professional Sumo Association. Combat fans, step back, make room for the giant, Teilu Tuli.
I think it's about ready to start.
I think I'd be pretty nervous if I were in there with somebody that large.
Well, yeah, but also somebody that good with his feet and good with his hands also.
Well, absolutely. Now, Gerard is used to wearing gloves when he's in the ring, and he's out there bare-fisted.
Yeah, they had the meeting, and they decided no hand wraps at all would be allowed. This is why the no holds barred, anything goes. So if you strike an elbow, you strike an elbow or a wrist or a shoulder, you might damage your wrist, and that could put you out.
It could.
But again, you have to stop yourself.
Yes, indeed. And once again, they knew what they were getting into when they got into it. So.
What was it like before the first game of the season?
I'm as nervous as I was then.
This is just like the first game of the season. This is the first match tonight. This is probably going to set the precedence, because now we're going to get right down to it. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, no holds barred. Anything goes. Just no groin shots, no eye gouges, and no biting. Everything else is okay. We're getting ready. The referee is in the center. And they go. I think there'll be a lot of stalking just to see what happens. The endurance is going to play an important part of this. Kathy, what do you think?
Well,
Let's go. Whoa.
I think we're just missing teeth there.
Gerard just caught him with a real good roundhouse kick to the face.
Yeah, I think it's possible he may have a cut under his eye.
Yes.
They might be calling in the cut man now to take a look at it. I'm
Yeah,
not
they'll
sure.
call the cut man. I don't think he wants to stop. He doesn't want to stop. They're just checking it right now. I think this has to be at least to check and see if the referees will allow it. He's checking it out.
I think Taylor missed one of his teeth with that shot.
I think he did. It came out towards us. I think it's a, maybe we can put it out of the bed and we get a quarter in the morning.
Yeah, there's a bit of blood flowing out of the end of that eye.
Yes. He should be ready to go. They should not be stopping it. Should not be stopping it. Exactly. They should start the match. They stopped the match, I believe. I'm not sure. They're going to look at the replay. Now, if you notice, Teilu is trying to take Gerard down. He falls, loses his balance. Now, he stops right there. Now, watch. Bam, that's a right leg roundhouse kick right to the face. That's where the tooth came out. And he still stands there. He's stunned slightly. And then I think Gerard also struck him with a good right-hand hook. And I think that's where the cut is. I think the kick was below the eye. I think the punch was right on the eye. What do you think, Jim?
I think it was totally in the face, and I mean...
Well, it landed
awesome.
squarely. No
Awesome.
question about that.
Tooth came out.
Yes. Kathy, did you catch that too?
No, I think it's under the table here.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to find it later, and I get $1 for it. When I was little, you got a quarter.
Is that from the tooth fairy?
Oh, they start again. The match has been called. Gerard Gordeau is the winner. One more time. Now, if you notice, Tuli is trying to force him into the corner to get him off balance and take him off his feet. Teilu loses his balance. Now he stops. They both hesitate, and now, bam, right in the face. That was right at the cheek. I think the punch was above the eye, or just below the eye, and cut him.
The mistake there was not getting up quick enough.
Exactly. He should have been up right away.
Absolutely. But I know a lot about getting up. I'm not going to stay there.
Yeah, he sat there. I think he sat there, like you said, entirely too long. He should not have sat there. I think the old rules are the match is broken up by the referee, and you get up and you start again. But
I think that's what he thought.
People have to realize that there's no holds. If you're down, you stay there.
We are again.
Okay, here we go. Now watch. There's a hesitation, and bam. See where the kick lands? Just below the cheek. Now that stuns Teilu. He turns back around and takes a right hook punch to the face. I think that's what did the cut.
I'll tell you, there was a move when he was being charged, when he put his hands behind the head.
Exactly.
When you put your hand behind the head,
push him away.
It pushes you down.
Exactly.
Your own force works against you.
Exactly, and that's 420 pounds going down.
Absolutely.